Hey guys, today we are going to do superposition principle. However, to apply the superposition principle, we must keep two things in mind. First point is that we have to consider one independent source at a time, while all the other independent sources are turned off. That is, we will replace an independent source voltage by a short circuit, that is 0 volts, and replace an independent current source by an open circuit, that is 0 amperes. But we will keep only one independent source in the circuit and remove all the other independent sources. Now secondly, we have to leave the dependent sources as they are. That is, we have to leave the independent sources intact as they are controlled by the circuit variables. That is, we do not have to remove the dependent sources, we have to leave them as they are. These 2 points are very important and you should keep them in mind while solving superposition principle questions. Now we are going to look at the steps that we have to use while applying superposition principle. That is, we will look at step 1 first. In step 1, we will turn off all the independent sources except one and find out the output, that is the voltage or the current due to that independent source that we have taken. That is, we can take any independent source, that is, we can take a voltage source first and then a current source, or first we can take an independent current source first or an independent voltage source. It won't make any difference, but you will get the answer accordingly. Now we are going to proceed and do step 2. That is, now we will repeat the step 1 for each independent source. That is, we will take each independent source at a time and solve the circuit step by step. Now third step is, that is step number 3. We have to add all the values that we have obtained from step 2 and step 1. That is, we will add all the voltages that we had taken out in step 2 and add all the currents that we had taken out in step 2 and 1. Now guys, we are going to do a couple of questions so that these steps become very clear to you and you will be able to understand the concepts clearly. Now in question number 1, we have to use superposition principle to find V. That is, in the circuit given, we have to find the value of V. Now we can see that we have two independent sources. That is a 6 volt voltage source and a 3 ampere current source. Now we have to take each of them separately. So we will consider two variables, that is V1 and V2. And we will write V as a sum of V1 and V2. That is, V1 is for the 6 volt voltage meter and V2 is for the 3 ampere ammeter. Now we are going to solve the question by keeping 6 volt battery intact and open circuiting this ammeter. So now we are going to draw the equivalent circuit when we are keeping 6 volt battery intact and removing the 3 ampere ammeter. That is, this will come out to be, we will keep this voltage over here. Now we will find V1. V1 is the contribution due to the 6 volt voltage. Now we will remove the 3 ampere ammeter, that is, we will open circuit it. Now we will find the value of V1. So in the loop we can see that we will apply KVL over here. That is, we can add these two and we will get 12. That is the 12 ohm. And consider that I1 is flowing through it. So we can write 12 I1 minus 6 is equal to 0. So we will get the value of I1 as, I1 will come out to be 0.5 ampere. Now we can see that I1 will be flowing in this circuit. That is, it will pass through the 4 ohm resistor also. So we will find the value of V1 from there. That is, we will use the formula V1 is equal to I1R. I1 we have already found out, that is 0.5, and R value is given in the question, that is 4. So from here we will get the value of V1 as 2 volts. Now similarly we are going to keep this ammeter in the next circuit and remove this voltage. That is, we will short circuit this part and we will keep this ammeter over here and find the value of V2. Now V2 is the contribution due to the ammeter. So now we are going to draw the second equivalent circuit. That is, we will short circuit this part as we have to take one independent source at a time. And we will take V2 over here, which is the contribution due to the ammeter. And we will keep this intact. Now we will find the value of V2. That is, first of all we will take current I, that is equal to 3, and we will divide it into two parts. That is, I2 is flowing over here and I3 is flowing over here. Now we will use current division rule. That is, we will get the value of I3 as, I3 will come out to be 8 upon 4 plus 8 into 3, which will come out to be 2 amperes. If you are not familiar with current division rule, you can simply get this answer also by solving these two resistors parallelly and getting the voltage across the equivalent, and then you will find the value of I2 and I3 separately. Or otherwise you can simply apply mesh rule. That is, you can take I2 over here and I3 over here. Here I3 value will be minus 3 ampere if you use mesh current. But I have used current division method, which is a much easier method, and you should know this method. Now we have found out the value of I3, that is the current flowing through the 4 ohm resistor. Now we will find the value of V2. We will use the formula, that is I3 into R. Now we have found out the value of I3, that is 2 into 4, which will come out to be 8 volts. Now we have found out the value of V2, which is the contribution due to the ammeter. Now we will apply the third step that we discussed in the working steps. That is, V will be equal to the algebraic sum of V1 and V2. That is 8 plus 2 volts, which will come out to be 10 volt. So our final answer is 10 volt. Now we are going to do another question which is a bit tricky and a little more difficult than this question, where we will also have a dependent source. Now in question number 2, we have to use superposition to find the value of I0, that is over here. And in this question you will also see that we have a dependent source, that is 5I0, and you can see that it is dependent on the current variable, so we cannot remove it. And we can also see that there are two voltage sources, there is one voltage source and one current source. These are the independent sources, and we have to consider only one of them while solving a circuit. That is, now we are going to draw the equivalent circuit. That is, 4 ampere voltage source will come over here, 3 ohm resistor will be here, Now we have drawn the equivalent circuit, and we will consider the currents as I0 dash, that will flow from here to here, and we will change this I0 to also I0 dash. Now we have done this because this is the contribution due to the ammeter source. Now when we will do for 20 volt source, we will take I0 double dash. So we will find that I0 is equal to I0 dash plus I0 double dash. So first of all we are going to find I0 dash, which is due to this ammeter source, and then we are going to find I0 double dash, which will be due to this voltage source. So first of all we are going to consider some currents. That is, we will consider current I1 that will flow from here, current I2 which will flow in this circuit, and I3 which will flow over here. Now from loop 1, that is from this loop, we can see that I1 is equal to 4 ampere. From loop 2 we will apply KVL, and we will see that minus 3I1 plus 6I2 minus I3 minus 5I0 dash is equal to 0. This is our equation from the second loop. Now in loop 3 similarly we are going to apply KVL. From there we will get minus 5I1 minus I2 plus 10I3 plus 5I0 dash is equal to 0. And let us consider this node as node A. Now we will see that at node A, I3 is equal to I1 minus I0 dash. Now here we will put the value of I1 that we got from the first loop, that is I3 will now be equal to 4 minus I0 dash. Now we will number these equations. That is, this is our equation 1, this is our equation 2, and this is our equation 3, and this is our equation 4. Now that we have got 4 equations, now we will do necessary substitution in order to find I naught dash. That is, we will put equation 1 and equation 4 in equation 2. That is 1 and 2 will be put in equation number 4. From there we will get, on solving from there we will get I2 minus 2 I naught dash is equal to 8. Now similarly, we will put value of equation 1 and 4 in equation 3. From there we will get I2 plus 5 I naught dash is equal to 20. Now on solving these two equations, we will get the value of I naught dash to be equal to 52 by 17 ampere. From the second part, we will take this independent source and we will open this part of the circuit. From that we will get the value of I naught double dash. That is, we will get the value of I naught by algebraically adding I naught dash and I naught double dash. So we will now draw the second equivalent circuit. Now we have drawn our second equivalent circuit by keeping the voltage source intact and removing the ammeter source. Now we will find the value of I naught double dash, and we have also changed the value of I naught double dash over here in order to find the contribution due to the voltage source. Now we are going to consider some currents. That is, we will consider I4 which flows in this loop and current I5 which will flow in this loop. Now in loop 4, let us consider this as loop 4. We will get the equation as 6I4 minus I5 minus I naught double dash is equal to 0. Let us consider this equation as equation 1. Now in loop 5, we are going to apply KVL and we will get the equation as minus I4 plus 10 I5 minus 20 plus 5 I naught double dash. Consider this equation as equation 2. Now in this loop we can also see that I5 is equal to negative of I naught double dash, as both of these currents flow in the opposite direction to each other. So we will substitute this value of I5, that is minus I naught double dash, in equation 1 and in equation 2. Subsequently we will get two equations, that is 6I4 minus 4 I naught double dash is equal to 0 and I4 plus 5 I naught double dash equal to minus 20. Now we will solve these two equations and get the value of I naught double dash. On solving, we will get I naught double dash is equal to minus 60 upon 17 ampere. Now we have successfully found out the value of I naught double dash, which is a contribution due to the voltage source. And previously in the first equivalent circuit, we had found out the value of I naught dash to be equal to 52 by 17 ampere. Now we know that our resultant is I naught is equal to I naught dash plus I naught double dash. Now we will simply get the value of I naught by adding I naught double dash and I naught dash, which will come out to be equal to minus 8 by 17, which is approximately minus 0.4706 ampere. Now guys, this was a very important question, as we had a dependent source and two independent sources. You must have noticed that we only changed the value of I naught dash as it was a variable in the circuit according to the independent circuit that we considered. Now this is our final answer. We have got the value of I naught dash that we wanted to find using superposition principle.